Ladies and gentlemen, it's the second week of the playoffs and the Coach Brew Show. Let me hear you. All right, folks, in case you can't tell, the guy to the left of me tonight, what do you coach now? Linebackers? Outside linebackers? Outside linebackers, Coach. Stephen Thomas. Coach Thomas, introduce yourself.
How's everybody doing tonight? That is a very, very good question, Mr. Brady. Coach Brew is under the weather. Kind of like half our team is right now. A bunch of people battling the flu.
Wait a minute, half the team's under the weather?
I guess all the coaches got together and said, hey, let's make Thomas do it. So
No, Thomas gets Thomas. You have to make this week's picks for Coach Brew.
It's an awesome week for picking. It's a battle to go to the quarterfinals next week.
All right, so I'm going to just kind of cut to the chase. They tied last week. So then Jack's going to give his detailed analysis, and we're going to have the picks from Brew and Jack, and then we're going to have our Farm Bureau Player of the Week. You know who that is, Chris Thomas?
I do. One of your favorite positions.
Sean Hamilton, nose guard, defensive tackle, Zachary Broncos. All right, so let me give you a little bit of stats on Sean. Last week, 8 tackles, 2 tackles for loss, 5 hurries, and a sack. That's pretty good, huh, Coach?
One of the great things I remember watching on film, after we were watching film and doing the stats, was just watching Sean's excitement and passion for being out there and knowing, like, when he made a play, he knew it was good, and he just celebrated. He celebrated with his teammates, and it was good to see. Hadn't seen that quite a couple of weeks from Sean, but it was good to see him come out and do that this past week.
All right, so after Sean, we're going to bring in the Farm Bureau Coach of the Week. His coach, Coach Hunter Crowder. He's from Zachary, y'all. Coach Crowder, give it up. D-line coach and special teams. And then we're going to do a little bit of Ask Coach Thomas, if we got time. Maybe a little bit of Ask Coach Crowder as well. So, before we jump into, that's right, we have prizes. Right now I have one question. We need questions. We need questions for this week. Miss Diane, you got prizes? She has IOU prizes at the school, but she'll take your name and your personal information.
Nobody wants to ask me a question.
And you're going to get something awesome. Anyway, look at that. There's a question right there. Who's that young man just gave that question?
That would be Tyler Franklin, one of our H-backs.
Tyler Franklin, the H-back. All right. Before we get into all this bracketology and our player of the week and our coach of the week, Coach Thomas, can I get your assessment of our first round playoff game? And as I said before we started, you can't just talk about defense. I want to talk about defense, I want to talk about offense, I want to talk about special teams, the good, the bad, and the ugly. Go.
All right, so we started out with a bang, pretty much. With our kickoff team, they had excellent coverage that night. The reason I know that is I helped coach kickoff team.
Okay.
So we had excellent kick coverage. Kept them inside the 20, 25 most of the night on our kickoffs. Defense came out, started off with a bang. We got a little 3-and-out action. Our offense got rolling right away. We immediately put 21 points up on the board. I believe we caused a turnover, and we were driving back down, got inside the 10, unfortunately through an interception, and that was late in the first quarter. Through that interception, we allowed them to go down and score, made it 21-7. The second quarter, we went to poop. And
I'm sorry. No, that's fine. Keep going.
And they reeled off 21 points and ended up tying us right before halftime, 28-28. So we came out at halftime.
Hold on. Let's stop there.
Yes.
That's a lot of points.
Yes, 28-28.
So, can you talk to me about halftime adjustments? Was it adjusting what we were doing or adjusting attitudes?
A little bit of both. A little bit of both. Just stress to them what we need to do in a very colorful way. And we came out on fire in the second half and got it done. They didn't score again until late in the game against our twos.
All right, so let's talk about defensively. Sean's making plays all over the place.
Yeah.
Your linebackers making plays all over the place.
Yep. We had some issues on the back end as far as busted coverages and not covering the deep ball properly, not forcing them with our hips, forcing them out of bounds. When they go and throw in that deep ball, we just kind of opened up the gate with our hips and just made it a track race. We're not the speed demons back there, so we got to make sure we play excellent, proper technique as far as forcing receivers out towards the sideline. We did that a whole lot better in the second half as far as playing with technique.
All right, talk to me about on defense, Sean and Sept in the second half as seniors just stepping up.
Yeah, Michael Sept's our inside linebacker, and of course Sean. Kind of move him around a little bit on the D-line. Sometimes put them against their best, sometimes put them against their worst. Just trying to get advantages here and there. And when you got the D-line plugging holes and plugging gaps and allowing the linebackers to run free, Seps was able to do that at linebacker. He did a great job for us as far as filling us and putting us in the right defenses as well. He makes a lot of checks and calls for us right there in the middle, kind of like our quarterback for the defense. So, second half we really tuned him up and just got back to Zachary defensive football.
Okay, this team. Have we seen 4 quarters from this team yet?
Absolutely not. None of our games that we played, we've never played a full game. We never played a full game on offense, defense, or special teams. And if we decide to put it all together, like last week, like I said, that second quarter was horrendous for us. If you take that, if we get that first, third, fourth quarter, if we can get that second quarter last week, it would have been a huge blowout. I don't think this team realizes it yet, that if we play all 4 quarters, what we could do to opponents. And we're hoping for one this Friday night.
I got to tell you, in the first quarter, we were thinking, hey, running clock. Is it going to be in the second quarter or the third quarter? Didn't happen.
Well, we got to make sure we keep the fans there and keep it interesting, I guess.
All right, we are going to take our first break of the night. The questions are a-coming. Keep them coming. When we come back, we're going to do a little bracketology, and we'll see if Coach Thomas can do better than Jack Leva this week. We'll be right back.
Looking forward to Jack Leva's
All right, we are back. So we're going to do a little bracketology, look at what Coach Brew did or didn't get, and what Jack did or didn't get, and we're going to predict this week. Coach Thomas versus Jack. So last week, Coach Brew picked Covington to beat Barb. Covington beat Barb. You got any comments on that game?
Nah.
All right. So then I'll ask you the question. Do you like Covington or the number 1 seed Neville?
Yeah, I'm going to have to go with Neville on that one.
So he goes with the Neville Tigers. All right. Terrebonne and Chalmette. Brew picked against his buddy at Chalmette.
Did he really?
Yeah, Chalmette won too, didn't they? Didn't they beat Terrebonne?
I believe they did, yeah.
All right. He did.
Stop that wing T.
He did beat Hanville versus HL Bourgeois. So the question is, any comments on those games? Terrebonne, Chalmette? You said Chalmette ran a wing T?
Yeah, they used to be all wing T stuff, so I don't know if they still are or not.
All right, Hanville, HL Bourgeois. Any comment on that?
No. Hanville definitely won that game.
All right, so who do you like? Chalmette, Hanville. The Tigers versus the Owls?
Yep. I think Hanville's doing a great job this year with the new head coach and everything. I'm going to take Hanville on that one.
All right. We got middle school baseball coaches in the back. Y'all listen up. Got a real sport here. Talking football. Listen up. All right. Mandeville, Thibodaux. Brew picked Mandeville over Thibodaux. He was right. Parkway, West Monroe. He picked West Monroe. Any comments on those games?
Who did West Monroe play?
Parkway. They were the 21 seed. Parkway was the 12 seed. Are you surprised?
No, not really.
You would have picked them? You'd have picked them?
Yeah, I'd pick West Monroe.
All right. Who do you like? The Skippers and the Rebels.
That's interesting. Can the Skippers throw the ball?
I don't know. It's Mandeville.
Yeah, I don't know either. I'm gonna go with Mandeville though.
All right. So he goes with the higher seed. No risk, no reward. Okay. Last week, the Fighting Beards got beat by West Washita in overtime. Were you surprised by that score?
Yeah, I thought West Washita would have beaten by a lot more.
Really?
Yeah.
Okay. This week.
But I did hear that Denham, they went 99 yards on the last drive of the game.
Denham did?
Yeah, to tie it, to make it go in overtime.
Oh, wow.
So that was pretty impressive. And then West Washita scored first, and Denham got the ball second in overtime, scored, went for 2, and didn't get it.
Would you have gone for 2?
Probably so.
All right. Well, they were the road team. Why not? So this week, West Washita is playing that school down the road, Central. I don't like to say that name very much.
Yeah.
Who do you like?
Yeah.
Where Jack Laver graduated, by the way.
Yeah, I'm going to have to go with the Wildcats on that one.
All right. Ruston, Zachary, I know who you got picked there. You don't have to make that pick. Walker beat Dutchtown. Tell me about what happened with Walker and Dutchtown. What'd you say, Coach?
Actually, that week of the game, first round game, the Dutchtown quarterback tore his ACL, and I think on that Wednesday practice, and so that he couldn't go. But I don't think it mattered anyway. Walker ended up putting up the same amount of points that they did against Dutchtown in the regular season. So, I mean, it wasn't surprising. So Walker ended up upsetting him.
All right. Southside beat Live Oak. You're not really surprised at that, are you?
No.
All right. Walker versus Southside. Lil Mo coaching the defense over at Walker.
He is. And it's hard to go against a great offensive mind like Mahaffey. But my boy's a DC at Southside.
Who's that?
Josh LeBoy. And Curtis is doing a good. He came back down south. So he's the new head coach at Southside, Jess Curtis. He used to coach at Manny all them years, all them state championships. But I got to go with the local team. I'm going with Walker.
Whoa, bit of an upset there. Bit of an upset. That would be the 22 seed.
Walker went to they went to the quarterfinals last year now.
I'm just saying that's 22 beating the 6. All right, Northwood beat Salmon. I think they scored like 500 points.
Probably so.
Destrehan beat Washita. Any of those games surprise you?
No, not really. Destrehan got the quarterback back from being injured.
All right, who do you like? Northwood, Destrehan.
You gotta go with Destrehan on that one.
They're going on the road. They're going to Shreveport.
That's fine.
All right. Sanama and Westgate. This one makes me laugh because Jack and Coach Brew missed this one. The athletes at Westgate versus Sanama and their tremendous playoff history.
Yeah. Yeah.
Were you surprised at that?
No, I wasn't surprised.
You would have picked Westgate.
Absolutely, I would have picked Westgate.
I'm glad I'm not crazy, but I mean, you look at the athletes at Westgate every year. That's a good program, huh?
Yeah, and Sanama, like you said, they don't really have the playoff pedigree. So, not surprising.
All right, so that's your last pick. Westgate versus Airline. Westgate with another upset?
I don't know. Airline's quarterback's pretty damn good. Been putting up a lot of points up there. It's going to come down, can Airline stop them? But Westgate doesn't have their 2 stud athletes playing either. So I'm going to have to go with Airline on that one.
All right, he picks Airline. So
that's gonna be a kicker for me. That's a toss-up game for me.
You got to pick somebody though. You gonna pick Airline?
I'm pick Airline.
All right. Anything else on that week? So to review, he's got Neville over Covington, Hahnville over Chalmette, Mandeville over West Monroe, over West Washita, Zachary over Ruston, Walker over Southside, Destrehan over Northwood, and Airline over Westgate.
Correct.
All right, we're going to take a break. When we come back, Jack Leva, your sideline reporter. We're going to go over his picks, heckle him relentlessly, and get his picks for this week. All right, we're going to take a break.
We got to do a drawing too.
Oh, yeah. Hey, McHugh, you're doing an interview. No, after we do.
Time.
All right, folks, we're back with the Zachary broadcast team's intrepid sideline reporter, Jack Leva, rain or shine? Jack Leva on the sidelines. All right, Jack, let's check out how you did last week. You started off on a roll. Covington versus Barb. You got it, Covington. Chalmette versus Terrebonne. That's where you got Coach Brew. You picked Chalmette. The Chalmations.
Yeah.
Hanville, you're on a roll. So, let's step back. Neville, Covington, who you like?
Got to go with Neville.
All right, real loud, Jack, into the mic.
Neville.
Chalmette versus Hanville.
I think their run's over. Hanville.
Oh, so the Owls go down. All right, Mandeville, Thibodeau. For some reason, you picked a team that fired the coach after the last game of the regular season, Jack.
But you remember what I said, the interim coach, because of the Saints and all, he was going to rally the troops. Didn't happen. So Mandeville won. Now, you did pick West Monroe to win. I did.
Who you like this week, Mandeville and West Monroe?
I'm going to go with the Rebels again.
Oh, Jack rides the Rebels. All right, West Washita, Denham Springs.
Yeah.
Oh, wait, no. You picked West Washita.
I did.
You did.
I really, and you said they only played the Little Sisters of the Poor.
They were a 13 seed, beat the 20 seed Fighting Beards. So, this week, West Washita versus the school which will be named, not said, that you went to school at and graduated from. Who you like, West Washita or that other school?
Got to go with them Wildcats.
All right, he goes with the Whitecats. All right, moving on. We know you're going to pick Ruston and Zachary. Dutchtown versus Walker. You had no way of knowing that the quarterback was going to get hurt.
Did not.
So Walker is playing Southside. You picked Southside over Live Oak. Who you like, Walker and Southside?
I'm going to go with the Sharks there, Southside.
Oh, all right. So Jack goes with the favorite on that one. Coach Thomas / Coach Brew went with Walker.
Okay.
Northwood and Destrehan. You picked the upset. For some reason last week, Jack, you picked Washita Parish. I'm going to go out on a limb. Jack, is there a reason why you picked Washita Parish last week?
Because I like fudge.
So you're telling me that fudge made you pick Washita Parish?
Yep.
All right, fair enough. They lost. Who you like, Northwood and Destrehan?
Got to go with them Wildcats.
All right, Destrehan Wildcats. Westgate and Santamont. Both of y'all, I don't know why y'all went with Santamont. Both of y'all did.
I remember I gave all the credit to the pit. What happened?
Them athletes at Westgate can go.
The pit's overrated.
Oh, you heard it here first. Jack says the pit is overrated. All right, so Westgate comes in as the 18 seed, Airlines a 2 seed. Who you like, Jack?
Let's go with the favorite there.
All right, so you're going with Airlines.
So how we do?
All right, so last week you guys tied. This week, you both picked Neville, you both picked Hanville, you picked West Monroe, Thomas picked Mandeville.
Okay.
Thomas, did you pick Mandeville?
Yes.
All right, I'm just making sure. There will be no asterisk on this victory.
No asterisk.
You both picked against West Washita. You're taking Southside, he's taking Walker. All right, so there's a difference.
Two of them different.
Yep, so we got two different. Jack, you got anything else you want to tell folks about this week, next week, playoff run?
When I win this week, do I get to come back next week?
Well, Jack, this is through the playoffs, my friend.
The whole run?
The whole run, Jack.
I'm good.
You will be here.
I'm here.
All right, so next week, be here to see if Jack beat Coach Thomas or if we have another one of these stalemate things.
Ain't happening.
Coach Thomas said it ain't happening. We're going to take a break. When we come back, our Farm Bureau Player of the Week, defensive lineman Sean Hamilton. Sean, do you know who R7 is? Age 49, grade college. 49 years old, still in college. Let's pull again, Sean. Don't pull that one. Candace Lewis. Candace Lewis, go see Miss Diane. She's going to give you an IOU. It's an IOU. All right, folks. Sean Hamilton, let's go over the stats one more time. 8 tackles, 2 tackles for loss, 5 hurries, and a sack. Your Farm Bureau Player of the Week, senior Sean Hamilton. All right, Sean. Let's start off. Is there anybody out in the audience that you would like to introduce or thank? Put the mic close.
Yeah. I got my family right there. Yep. That's about it. And they got some teammates right there, and my coach.
All right. So let's talk about the scout team.
Okay.
You want to talk about the scout team when we talked earlier. Why you want to talk about the scout team?
Cause I feel like they help us through like the whole week, really game planning about who we're going to go against, and especially Cole Fudge. Cole Fudge, he does a great job with helping me as a player get ready for what I'm finna go against.
All right. So a shout out to the scout team, and you're dead on. Those guys do a lot of work. They don't see a lot of playing time on Friday, but they've got an important role, huh?
Yeah.
All right. How about your coaches? You got one of them sitting right over there. Tell me about Coach Crowder.
Coach Crowder. Coach Crowder's he's a good coach. He's a good coach. He gets on to me every chance he gets, but I mean he's a good coach.
What's he get on to you about?
Being lazy. Yeah, loafing.
No.
Have a lot of loafs.
Okay. So what are the things about Coach Crowder that make him a good coach besides dogging you for loafing?
Oh, he knows what he's talking about. Everything to his madness. Everything ties into what you need to know as to be a great defensive lineman and be ready for Friday.
All right. You want to say anything about Coach Thomas over there? Is he a great motivator?
Yeah, Coach Thomas he's a great coach. He's a crazy coach though. I say that. He gets through to you in different ways. You might not like those ways, but he gets to you.
All right, so he gets to you. All right. Sean, everybody listen up. Sean, what's your grade point average?
3.6.
Hey, how about it? I love it. So, you're a senior next year. You're going off to college. You want to play football. What do you want to major in?
Civil engineering. I want to go to college for civil engineering.
Civil engineering. Very nice. Very nice. All right. So, I know you're a senior. You've had a lot of memorable moments. Let's talk about Karen Crow. Tell me about Karen Crow.
Karen Crow, it was a hard game. As a defensive line, I feel like we played really tough that game.
And when it was needed,
yeah,
you made the big play.
Sure did. I sure did.
I was there. I was calling it on the radio. Yeah. I said it's time for somebody to make a play. Somebody needs to step up. Who's going to do it? Senior D-liner. That's right, Crowder. Yeah. Senior D-liner. All right. Now, is that your favorite moment at Zachary, or what is your favorite moment at Zachary?
I say my favorite moments at Zachary are like whenever we practice in the rain. It's always fun practicing in the rain.
Why is it fun practicing in the rain?
Because the intensity level and the excitement to practice in the rain is it's really up that week whenever we practice in the rain. I like it.
I like it. All right. Anything else, Sean?
No, that's it.
This week we got Ruston. You've played them 3 times.
Three.
Are you looking forward to the opportunity?
Yeah, it's time to get one on them.
They are not a finesse team, are they, Sean?
No.
They're gonna come right at you, aren't they?
Yeah. You like if you watch film, you know what they're gonna do. It's just you have to do it. You gotta stop it.
All right, so why don't you get folks to make that drive up to Ruston? Tell them to come see you.
Yeah, y'all come see us Friday. We're gonna shock the world, as Coach Joey says.
All right, your Farm Bureau Player of the Week, Sean Hamilton. When we come back, his coach, Hunter Crowder. All right, ladies and gentlemen, Farm Bureau Coach of the Week, Defensive Line Coach, and Special Teams Coordinator, Zachary's own Hunter Crowder. All right, Hunter, let's start off with Sean. What you got to say about your boy Sean?
You know, it's interesting. I was thinking as I was listening to him get interviewed by you, and you throw him, excuse me, the layup of the year with, hey, how about Karen Crow?
Oh, yeah.
How about Karen Crow?
Yeah.
What happened in Karen Crow? But I think that also speaks to Sean's personality and one of the best traits about him. He legit totally forgot about that. He totally forgot about himself making a huge play for us, man. I mean, who knows? We might lose that game if he doesn't make that play.
Absolutely.
And but he's so. It's not about him. He's so team oriented. You know, the first thing that he wants to talk about to you is the scout team guys that give him a great look, and I think that was very telling in what type of person the kid is. You know.
All right, so Friday night, it's 28-28 at the half. Defensive line coach, Coach Zito, your buddy, defensive coordinator. What'd y'all do?
Well, I think the biggest thing was we tried to simplify everything and make what we were doing a little bit easier. And then the second thing is we just really stress, let's go execute and do what we do, like we did early in the game, and play physical and fly around and have fun, and I just stressed to him about that. I said, and here's the biggest thing, man. If you don't do it, it's done. I mean, it's over.
We're done.
And our guys responded so well to that, and came out in the second half and played physical and played fast and executed, and it was pretty awesome watching them, and I really enjoyed that whole second half as we went through it. It was a fun time in the game.
All right, I'm going to put you on the spot. You're the only person on the coaching staff that graduated from Zachary High School. What's it like as a Zachary High graduate to be a part of something like this, where we've gone beyond where we've ever gone before?
That's the most special part about it is we're doing things right now that I wanted to do as athlete here, and we weren't able to get that done in my time, and seeing the school have the success that it's had, not only in football but in track and basketball and all the sports that have seen a ton of success. It's really quite awesome being a part of it.
All right, talk to me about your added duty as special teams coordinator.
Well, it causes a lot more. I don't want to call it stress, but I feel like I'm way more spread out right now than I was when I was just coaching defensive line, and I was able to focus on one thing. Well, now that's not what I do anymore. I've got, units that I'm not in charge of all of them. I give those duties out to other coaches. Ken Hilton helps me out a ton with punt return, and Drew Nettles handles our kick return, and Steve helps me out on pretty much every unit that we have. So it's not as if I'm doing this by myself, but I've got to make sure that everything is planned and ready and coordinated. So it just has spread my brain out a lot more throughout football season. I don't feel near as singularly focused as I used to feel as just a position coach. Now I feel like I've got to always be thinking about something. I guess the best way to describe it.
All right, Kenny Langlois, your partner Zito, they don't say, hey man, don't put my guys on special teams, do they?
No.
Starters?
No, never. I've never been told that by Langlois or Zito. Don't put a guy on.
So there's
on
total
the
commitment to put the best on special teams that
100%.
you can get.
Yeah, 100%. I've never dealt with that in my time as the special teams coordinator.
All right, so we've had punt returns and kickoff returns for touchdowns this year. Had some really good punting. Is there an area where this year with special teams, you're specifically very pleased?
That's a good question, man. Because I've, like we talked about last year when I started doing it. Last year being my first year. You're always thinking about the negatives and where things are not going, how you want it to go, and how you can fix it. This year, I would say the work that Ken Hilton and Drew Nettles did with our punt returners, getting them to field more footballs from the punter. We had a big rain practice, and I'm gonna knock on wood here because it could, like me and Cheney talk about it all the time. At any point, it could happen to you,
Yep.
and that play not get executed. But the kid has done a fabulous job, and I have a ton of trust in him fielding the balls. But we were at Monday's practice, and it's raining, and we got punt return, and the units go out there, and we probably in that time kicked 15 to 18 punts, and every one of our returners fielded every single one of them in the rain with no issues. And I went over there to Ken afterwards. I said, you think that would have ever happened last year at a practice? He's like, no, Coach, that would have. And I said, man, that's awesome. Because, Ken and Drew both get them on the jugs before practice, and our guys have gotten thousands of reps at catching punts from a jug and from a punter. So I just think it's been a really good thing, and hopefully that carries into Friday for us, and we execute at a really high level.
All right, so we talked about last week. Well, let me step back. Sean said he liked practicing in the rain. Do you like practicing in the rain? I mean, you talked about the punt team just now.
So Monday, we're in scout team, team period, and we're going through the script, and we're showing the kids the plays and everything, and I turn around and I look at our strength coach, Travis Nichols. He's got his hoodie on, and he's trying to stay dry just like all of us are. And I said, man, Travis, ain't this what you got into coaching for, practicing in the rain and coaching? And we both kind of sarcastically laughed, like, no, I don't enjoy practicing in the rain, but, you got to do it. And we've played in the rain a lot this year, like a lot, way more than normal. We tallied it up the other day, man. It's something stupid, like 4 to 6 of our games, I think, it's rained that day. Maybe not during the game, but it's rained coming up to the kickoff and all that. So doesn't seem like that happens every year. I don't remember having this many rain games in a year as what's happened this year. So you got to practice in it. because you got to be prepared for it on Friday if you have a rain day.
So good practice for it. All right. Now, Coach Thomas is going to come back after Ben McHugh, and he's going to talk about the Ruston Bearcats. Anything you'd like to mention about Ruston, what we're facing this week? And
man, what an awesome program that Coach Ball has built over there. And man, when you watch them play, they are physical and they are explosive, and they play with so much passion and enjoy of the game. And you could tell they have a ton of confidence in the game plans that their coaches set forth for them. So I just enjoy coaching against those guys every year. Now they've eliminated us now the last 2 years. And in 2019,
we got them that year.
We got them in 19, and it was an unbelievable football game that came down to the very last play of the game to either win it or lose it.
We were up by 4 touchdowns.
We were, yeah. We got up. We got up big,
that.
yeah,
Yep.
yeah. So they have a really, really nice venue to go and coach in and play in a football game. I think their stadium's awesome and their fan base. So I have a lot of fun going and coaching there, and just being in that atmosphere. So I'm very, very excited about it, and what an awesome matchup, for a second round playoff game, man.
It was the state
really awesome.
Championship last
Correct.
year. I mean, let's
Correct.
just call it what it was.
No doubt, absolutely. So,
anything else?
man, I look out here, I see all of our players, and I see a couple of D linemen that I don't see here every week supporting Sean and being here to watch him. And I like seeing Eric Dyer and Detroit Posey. Sean, am I missing anybody? Any D linemen? Sean ain't even listening to me, but I think I named all the D linemen. I'm glad to see those guys coming and supporting their teammate tonight.
All right, Farm Bureau Coach of the Week, Hunter Crowder.
Right.
Next up, wrestling coach, Ben McHugh. Second year wrestling head coach, Ben McHugh. Okay, let's try that again. Zachary Wrestling last week had a tri-meet with Sanoma and Catholic High. We beat Catholic High and Sanoma. Again, our wrestling coach, Ben McHugh. Ben, introduce yourself and tell us a little bit about you.
So in 43 years of Zachary High Wrestling, 43 years. We've had a team since 1981. 43 years of wrestling, Zachary High. We got Division II state runner-up, 2003, 2004. I wrestled 2008, 2009, 2010. We never beat Catholic High. Never. Wednesday night, we smashed Catholic High. In 24 years, Tommy Prohaska has won 21 city championships. In 24 years, Catholic High has been the best team in the city. 21 years. And we smashed them on Wednesday night.
All right, now Ben, you're only as good as your last match. So let's talk about the season. You got how many wrestlers are out, boys and girls, returning starters? Give me the preview.
So we've got about 65 wrestlers in the team right now. When I took over, we had 17. So I took over, we had 17 wrestlers. We got 65 out right now. And that's not including all the cross-country kids that just did their state championship run yesterday. And that's not including our varsity football players that are going to beat Ruston on Friday night and make it to the state championship this year.
I see a linebacker over there, number 44. Sep, I'm talking about you. Sep, wake up. You're a wrestler, aren't you? Yes, sir.
He said, yes, sir. Michael Seps, y'all, came out last year. He said, I want to try wrestling. I said, well, first of all, you said it right. That's wrestling. And he came on out. Dude beat up my start in 190. Been wrestling 3 years. Seps been wrestling 3 weeks. He pinned him 3 times in a row. He got the starting spot. And he placed at city and had 1 match from winning to place at state last year. Knowing 3 weeks of wrestling. He's got a whole summer of wrestling in him. You know, depending on how long football rolls this playoffs, we'll get him rolling again. Now, Seps is a whole weight class up this year. He was a 190 last year. I think he's about 211 right now. So he'll be wrestling the 215 weight class. We got to put a little bit more weight on him. And we'll see how it rolls.
Put it on him, huh? All right, so now, Ben, let's talk. We mentioned a football player here. For other football players here, make your pitch on why football play. I'll make my pitch first.
All right, let me hear it.
All right. You a football player and you want to be a great football player, become a wrestler. You'll never miss a tackle. You learn how to roll your hips. You'll get greater balance. But don't listen to me. Tell me about pro athletes and wrestling.
Man, talking about missed
I'm
tackles.
not talking
dude.
Ric Flair now.
Talking about missed tackles, dude. Don't get me started on that Catholic game. Look, y'all, ain't nothing wrong with Ric Flair. I mean, hey, everybody, let me get a woo! All right, that's good. That's good. All right, now, the best NFL football players were high school wrestlers, college wrestlers. I mean, everybody knows Ray Lewis. That's self-explanatory. Right, but when we talk about offensive linemen, defensive linemen, linebackers, right, the 3 highest paid offensive linemen in the NFL were high school and college wrestlers. And, one of the greatest offensive linemen in history playing for the Patriots was a world championship level wrestler, wrestled in the Olympics, and then when he got done wrestling, joined the NFL and got the highest paid contract playing for the Patriots. You know, I mean, I'm a Saints fan till I die, and, you know, I'll say some words about the Falcons, but Tristan Wirfs is one of the greatest linemen in the NFL, and he was a phenomenal 2-time state champion wrestler.
All right, so it's not just for guys. Tell me about the girls.
So the leader of LA USA Wrestling, he always introduces me as 2 things. He said, this is Ben McHugh, head wrestling coach at Zachary High. He is the champion of the Fantasy Football Wrestling League, and he is the greatest female wrestling coach in Louisiana history. I have coached more female state champions than anybody I know, and we've only had that sport for 2 years.
2 years.
2 years I've coached 4 female state champions. Last year in the first USA, I had 3 more state champions, and then just last weekend, literally on Saturday, we won first place out of 11 girls teams. I had 9 girls starting out of 12 weight classes, and we won first place. We had all 9 girls place top 2. Like, it was incredible.
All right, so let's close this thing out, Ben. If folks want to come see this experience that is high school wrestling, tell them some of the opportunities in the next couple of weeks, including the big one.
All right, so we got the Big Horse happening on December 14th, which is a day of infamy. Now, if we make the state championships in football, you're not going to be able to come see us wrestle, right? But if something were to happen and we did not make it to the state championships, then y'all need to come on out to the corral some people call it the Havoc House, but we call it the Corral. And come on down to the Big Horse on December 14th, and you will get to see some of the greatest wrestling matches. And hopefully, we'll be able to take down Brother Martin and take that first place trophy.
Do we have any dual meets this year that we are hosting?
So we already hosted Santa Ma and Catholic High, where we beat Catholic High again. All right, let me just say that again. We beat Catholic High first time in 43 years. All right, now. We will have a dual meet on January 8th versus St. Paul's. They won the state championship last year. And so we're going to be hosting the state champions down in the Corral on January 8th at 6 p.m. And then we'll also be hosting the city champions of East Ascension High. And we will be smashing them on January 8th, Wednesday, January 8th. So y'all come on out, 6 p.m. and come see some Broncos wrestling in the Corral.
All right, folks. He doesn't lack energy. This is what wrestling's all about. Wrestling coach Ben McHugh.
Hey, Seps will record. I'm going to call it now. Seps is going to get 14 tackles on Friday night and 2 sacks.
Oh, we got a call out. All right, we're going to take a break. When we come back, Coach Thomas is going to close us out. All right, folks, we're fixing to wrap this thing up with Coach Thomas. Before we're only going to ask a couple of questions to you. Let's do that. Let's ask those questions, and then you close us out on the Bearcats. So, first question. Why'd you get into coaching, and why do you like coaching?
I think one of the things that a lot of us get into coaching is because probably because of the guys that coached us when we were in school. A lot of times you looked up to your coaches and thought they were gods, and just the way they mentored you and helped you kind of build and grow as a young man, and something that you kind of always want to do as well. Like a lot of the coaches that succeed in this business is you care for the kids. You want to see them succeed and grow in life. It's not about wins and losses. It's not about, I coach offense, I coach defense, it's X's and O's. It's not about X's and O's. It's about the kids and just watching them grow and succeed. I think that's probably the most fun part of our job.
All right, let's go to the Bearcats. What are the keys to beating the Bearcats this week?
Hold them to one less point than us.
Boy, that's brilliant.
I excel at those moments. Obviously they're a very physical team, so we have to match that physicality. If we just execute and play 4 quarters like we're capable of doing, I think we're going to be fine. I mean, it's always fun to hook it up with Ruston because they're a great team. We think we're a great team. And like every game that we played against them, it's been a battle. And so it's fun. It's a fun way to compete. And we just got to match their intensity.
All right, this is where Coach Brew does the big close it out there. So your job is to get everybody here in walk-ons to head up to Ruston on Friday, Coach Thomas. Tell us how we're gonna get there.
Hey, Miss Fudge, did we get that fan bus rolling or what? Did we get the Fudge bus going? The Fudge Fun bus is rolling. So hey, everybody get with Miss Fudge over there. She's got a bus going on. And y'all climb up on that bus and get up to Ruston. So let me tell you something. Our boys are having a great week of practice. We're having fun. We're enjoying this moment. So I strongly suggest you go up there and you enjoy it with us. So make sure, get on a plane, get on a train, get in that hot air balloon, and get your butts up there to Ruston High School on Friday night. Cheer on our boys. We're going to be playing for you and for each other. And we're going to have some fun doing it. So let's get it up there.
All right, folks, thank you. Coach Thomas, thank you for serving as guest host.